Looks like Disney is finally being canceled. Those with all the power, aka the families that keep Disney afloat, are finally saying enough is enough. Flood of families cancel Disney memberships over woke company's leftist agenda. Walt would turn over in his grave. And this is the only way we can fight back and make our voices heard. Disney is the family company, as they tout themselves, are they not? Do you think these cat food eating, purple haired weirdos on Twitter have families? Do you think they have money? Do you think they can afford a Disney Plus subscription, let alone a trip to the park? Of course not. Most of where Disney's money comes from is likely from centrist, conservative families. And looks like they finally found where they put their balls and have decided, I'm done paying a company that's then going to use that money to attack me and everything I stand for. Enough is enough. A flood of families are canceling their Disney memberships from amusement parks to Disney Plus streaming over the woke entertainment company's leftist alphabet soup agenda, with one parent noting Walt would turn over in his grave if he saw what Disney has become. Oh, he absolutely would. Everything that Disney is doing right now is the exact opposite of Walt Disney's politics. Loyal Disney consumers are saying the company has gotten out of control with its wokeness in recent years, and now they believe there's a left-wing political agenda in virtually every facet of the company. Well, they admitted it. It's a not-so-secret agenda. From its movies, streaming service shows, to its theme parks and other offerings from its entertainment and media conglomerate. It's about time you noticed. You guys are the ones that have been funding it all this time. Last year, Disney banned gender from its park greetings, replacing good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dreamers of all ages with good evening, dreamers of all ages. The writing's been on the wall for a while. The company is also working overtime to get alphabet soup-related content into children's television screens, with one Disney executive recently lamenting not enough lead characters in Disney content or alphabet soup, and another admitting Disney encouraged her not-at-all secret gay agenda when she became an employee. They are so confident that they will win no matter what, they don't even care anymore. If anything, this is the best chance we're ever going to have to fight back. They dropped the mask too soon. They don't have complete control yet. They haven't taken over everything yet, but they're confident that they will win no matter what. This is our chance. They're getting overconfident. If all of that wasn't enough, Disney CEO Bob Chapek caved to leftists coming out against Florida legislation that prevents grooming and sexualizing of children in schools. But if they just try to smear it as don't say gay, all of a sudden it makes it bigoted to support it, right? Right? And now parents, grandparents, and others are expressing their dismay, telling by Fox News that Walt Disney would turn over in his grave if he saw his company was doing these days. It's time to void your household of all things Disney, Patty Garbe, an Ohio-based parent and grandparent said. And I know there's going to be cucks out there. Well, but Disney owns everything, guys. You can't avoid Disney. Yes, you can. Does Disney produce anything that is a necessity? This is all fluff. It's all entertainment. And there's plenty of entertainment out there that's not owned by Disney. Are you aware of that? You don't need them. Just because they've always been there in your life doesn't mean they always have to be. This is just like that tradition demotivational poster. Just because it's always been done this way doesn't mean it's not incredibly stupid. Nothing is forever. Countries, governments, species, the human race in the long term, nothing lasts forever. Disney's been around for a long time. Maybe it's just their time. Let it go. And I'm speaking from personal experience as someone who's had to drop pretty much everything I used to love growing up. It's only hard for the first week or two, and then you realize all of a sudden it just clicks. Like, it's going cold turkey from an addiction. Young Ripa is 100% correct. Most people are just addicted. I have to see the new Star Wars. I have to see the new Marvel. Marvel and Star Wars have been a part of my life since I was a wee little crotch fruit. I have to. Like, it's tradition. No, you fucking don't. Break the tradition one time and it's over. It might be hard for a week or two, but eventually you notice, like, wow, I don't even miss it anymore. Did I ever even really care that much? Like, that was me when I finally cut TV. Like, I cut cable. I kept up with a few shows on the Seven Seas, like 2 to 3 weeks, but then I noticed I kept slipping. Oh, yeah, this new episode of this show came out. I don't care. I'm playing video games. I can't be bothered. And after about a month, I completely over TV. Haven't watched TV since. It's not hard. What you should be doing with all the money you would be giving to Disney, support alternatives. Actually, anime and manga. Flood the anime and manga industry with money before Disney decides to buy it out, because that's a legit threat. Disney's on the decline. Japan is on the rise. But unfortunately, Disney right now has enough money to throw around. They could probably buy the entire Japanese anime industry if they wanted. And those dumb motherfuckers would be dumb enough to sell out to them, because even though they know if they just stick the course, they could replace Disney after a while, it's a lot less work to just take the massive payout and retire, right? So fill the anime and manga industry with so much money that these woke Western corpos can't buy them and ruin them. And Walt Disney most often cited his most important lesson as that of goodwill always triumphs over evil. So Garbe continued, today's Disney promotes a full spectrum of lifestyles that rarely align with biblical values of good and evil, which God calls us to. Yeah, also, Disney is about as evil as you can get as far as corporations go. It has been said before, and it bears saying again, Walt would turn over in his grave to see what his beloved company has become. Meanwhile, a Tennessee father of a 10-month-old daughter said that as a new father, I've decided not to expose my baby to any Disney products, anything they stream, or the theme parks. There are so many other wholesome options for her. Yeah, right now, maybe for us boomers, it might be hard to let go of Disney because Disney's always been a part of our lives. But guess what? If you have young children, you could start them on the good stuff. Start them on anime and manga. If they try to go to Disney after seeing some good anime and manga, they'll come back on their own. That's already happening right now. Don't even get them addicted to Disney in the first place. Break the habit. The father added that he will allow his daughter to watch the older Disney films on DVD that I was raised on. They taught values that kids need and can understand, things like loyalty, friendship, working through obstacles, and love of family. Disney doesn't seem to understand that parents have so many options right now, he noted. Ultimately, I think they're going to lose on this wokeness gamble. What we need is more people to put their money where their mouth is, though. That's the problem. And one mother and grandmother told Fox News, I gave up on Disney years ago when they started opening their parks up for gay pride activities while families were there. A children's theme park is no place for this, she added. You can't promote both innocence and sex at the same time. It was a clear signal to families that they're about where they are headed as a company. Yet now it's crossing a little bit into Puritan territory. Because that's the one thing I missed about living in Germany is you had commercials with full frontal nudity at like 5 p.m. and nobody cared. Yeah, I love how you can ruin a kid's innocence by showing a titty, but showing a brutal murder, oh, that's fine. That's PG-13. That's one of the things that really bugs me about America. Another parent told the outlet that parents are deeply frustrated because we have to fight so hard to raise our kids with important values like honesty, integrity, and learning the golden rule. When I read about woke Disney, my friends and I all felt the same way. Clearly, the executives at Disney live in some kind of bubble and don't know everyday moms and dads like us. Well, obviously. You think the elite hang out with us peasants? Fuck no. Parents are not the only ones blasting Disney for its behavior. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis also weighed in, slamming the company for its threat to go after the state's new parental rights law, saying if we would have put in the bill that you were not allowed to have a curriculum that discussed the oppression of the Uyghurs in China, Disney would have endorsed that in a second, and that's the hypocrisy of this. Yeah, it's all virtue signaling. These companies don't care. Yeah, it's all about more human rights here in America, but those same people and same companies, they just ignore it when it's overseas. Last month, DeSantis signed into law Florida Bill HB 1557, the Parental Rights and Indoctrination Bill, which prohibits teaching sexuality and transmission ideology to children in kindergarten through third grade. And let me again ask the question that was posed by a very astute Twitter user a while ago. If teachers were mostly men, and it was groups of mostly men that insisted that they teach sexuality to kindergartners, would people perhaps be a lot more skeptical? Just something to think about as I close this.